Take two. Hanauma. The Hanauma Bay Education Program, otherwise known as HBEP, is based at Hanauma Bay Nature Preserve in Honolulu, Hawaii. HBEP is an education program whose mission is to enhance appreciation and promote understanding and stewardship of Hawaii's marine environment through public education. HBEP is administered by the University of Hawaii Sea Grant College program and is supported by the City and County of Honolulu Department of Parks and Recreation. HBEP Podcast number 3. Monk seals, fish, action!
Aloha and welcome to our educational podcast. My name is Mahalo.
And I'm Charles.
And this is Annie.
And we are part of the education team here at the Hanauma Bay Nature Preserve located in Honolulu, Hawaii. Throughout our educational podcast, listen for our trivia question, scientific words, and other sound bites and music.
Okay, we start today by playing a game. Ready?
Sure.
I'm game.
I'll say a word and you say the first thing that comes to mind.
First thing?
Yes, the very first thing. Ready? Research.
Scientists.
Observations.
Those are great words. Scientists use different methods to test hypotheses.
I think a very interesting method that scientists use is underwater video or film to record their observations.
Using underwater video is a great way to show how marine animals behave, what they eat, and how they spend their time.
By using underwater video, scientists have been able to determine awesome behaviors. Like, did you know Hawaiian monk seals like to sleep a lot? And I'm not talking about on the beach. I'm talking about underwater, under ledges, and even in caves. Very impressive for an air-breathing animal. And with that said, our trivia question for this podcast is the Hawaiian monk seal.
Hawaiian monk seals are an endemic species to the Hawaiian Islands. What is the Hawaiian name of the Hawaiian monk seal?
It's a little tricky, but we think you can get it. Think about your answers. And to give you a hint, this trivia question actually has 2 answers that are both correct. We'll answer this trivia question at the end of this podcast.
Periodically, the education program receives questions about marine life. We address these questions in our advice column called Dear Darren. Dear Darren, I see Hawaiian monk seals when I go to the beach. Sometimes there are cones around the seals and other times there are no cones. I know they're an endangered species, so what is the safe viewing distance for monk seals? Darren writes, NOAA, the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, states that people should be 50 yards away from the seals when they are on the beach. This is about 150 feet or about 10 car lengths.
For the month of April, our outreach seminar series features science and film. We dedicated a whole month to learning how research and education is communicated through motion pictures.
Yes, we do live on an ocean planet, and using film is a good way to show people the underwater world. It is an excellent way to educate people about the marine environment. And here to explain how the education program uses film to help educate people is Annie, our school group coordinator.
Hi, Annie.
Aloha, Charles. Aloha, Mahalo.
Aloha. So tell us how you use underwater film for your school groups.
So at Hanauma Bay, when we have a school group, we like to host them in our classroom and show them and teach them about the bay before they actually go into the bay to go snorkeling and observe the marine life. So one of the great resources that we have is underwater film that's taken by either our staff or volunteers of the marine life in the bay. It really gives the students a chance to make observations in the classroom setting and prepare themselves and sharpen their eyes and their skills in the water. One of the things that we wanted to teach the students about is how scientists use video transects. So we did a mock video transect and we played that video and allowed the students to swim in the line virtually while watching the video and try to recognize as many species and count them, much like a marine scientist would do.
So species of fish?
Yeah, species of fish.
So how does one organize a school group visit to Hanauma Bay?
So if you're a teacher or someone that's affiliated with a school group and you'd like to visit Hanauma Bay, you can contact our education program to make an appointment for your school to visit. And we just ask that you get in touch with us either by phone or email. Our telephone number is 808 397-5840. Our email contact is hanauma@hawaii.edu. That's HANAUMA@HAWAII.edu. And give us a call or email. We'd love to hear about what your school's interested in so that we can tailor a group visit to work for your educational needs.
That's awesome, Annie. Mahalo.
Be a part of our podcast. Send a shout out to your friends and family back home. Birthday wishes, holiday greetings, and even a thank you. Send it to us at hbaynews@hawaii.edu. Our shout out today comes from me, Charles Lee.
Oh.
Aloha, Hanauma Bay. Thank you so much for making me a part of this program. It's been wonderful working with you for so many years, and it's really awesome to be a part of this podcast. Thank you again so much, and here's to many more years together.
Awesome.
Thanks, Charles.
Thanks, Charles.
Well, that's a wrap, but before we go, we need to give you the answer to this podcast trivia question. Hawaiian monk seals are an endemic species to the Hawaiian Islands. What is the Hawaiian name of the Hawaiian monk seal? And the answer is Ilioholo Ikauawa, which means dog that runs through rough water. Another Hawaiian name for the monk seal is Nameahulu, which means the furry ones. Stay tuned for our next podcast, and mahalo for listening.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha. HBEP is administered by the University of Hawaii Sea Grant College Program and is supported by the City and County of Honolulu Department of Parks and Recreation.
This educational podcast featured 2 songs by Ben Sound, Ukulele and The Elevator Bossa Nova. Download it at bensound.com.